It's your boy Jovi Royalty. I'm back again with another quality. For all those first timers, if you have not yet done so, hit the subscribe button. For all my loyal royal family, just want to say thank you for coming back. Now, you already saw the title, and I'll be getting right into the meat of the matter. 6 habits that you can incorporate to attract wealth in your life. The first one is to return tithes and offering. Now, this is a very tough one, and not everybody is spiritual and believe in God and will always think of, hey, they want to let go of what they believe they worked hard for. But it is said that we must bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, and this tithe that we're talking about is 10% of our earnings, whatever income it is. And so when you prove to God that He will be able to give you more room enough that you can't even have that for yourself, you get even surplus, so you'd have to bless others and give to others. That is what God wants you to do, to actually give Him back, to return unto Him what He has blessed you with. So many times, we know that life, so as we always say, life is lifing, but life happens where things will pop up and you may need to use that 10% that you're going to return back to God for something important. But let me tell you this, you see, the moment when you put God first and you have that faith, as it is said in Hebrews 11 verse 6, without faith it is impossible to please God. For he that cometh to the Father must diligently seek Him, for He is the rewarder of our faith. So you see, if you have that faith, which is the substance of things, hope for evidence of things not seen yet, you will be able to see that when you trust God and you give Him that 10%, He will maximize that and give you way more. You may not see it coming through in at the time when you want it, because you maybe need that money for get some bills covered, or something important that you would really love to see that money going and investing in. And so you might be very reluctant to let it go and to return it to God. But let me tell you, sometimes that is the issue with some of us. Whenever it is that God so must do something, we always have our ultimatums that we give Him, and realize that when we proceed and we do things in our way, sometimes the things that we really want, we do get it, it don't really feel like anything that really and truly. But like I said, this really did actually go on so over. But when you see yourself give God that 10% back to Him that He deserves, you see some things happening in your life that you never ever think or imagine would happen. And another thing is that sometimes too, when you look at it, when you actually withhold that tithe from Him, you ever realize that some things just not come through any at all, because our things start go haywire, because you're actually thieving what belongs to Him. And so some things that could come through in a very quicker manner, it takes a longer time because you are not being obedient to God. So you see, once you actually take on this habit in giving to God what He deserves, returning unto Him what He deserves, once you get your income, trust me, you will see bigger things happening in your life. Me can tell you that it is not easy for some persons, because they might just be earning a 10,000, 40,000, monthly, or 100 or 50,000, but it is possible. You can be able to take aside, put that 10% and leave that to God. And whatever it is that you have that you want to give as your free will offering, you can do that to actually, help in the expansion of the church and the ministry, or whichever charity you want to carry out, so that's very important, and you'll see God work in your life. Now, number 2 is to live below your means, and this is pretty much you not trying to say, all right, I earn 500,000, and because I always have 200,000 left back after I take out everything that I need, pay bills, everything. It means that I can go and I can just squander and use up everything, up to that 200,000. And so sometimes what happens is that people try to go and buy things, they do things unnecessary, things that are not priorities, they spend on, and when you look at it, they have not looked, all right, What if it is that down the line I need to get something that is very important? Do I have that money saved and locked apart? And you don't think about tomorrow. So you continue to spend, you're trying to impress others. A person say, hey, yo, let's go out here. You jump, go and say, me cover everything. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're trying to show like, hey, you have this and you have that, but really and truly you don't. And so you put yourself into expense, you put yourself into debt. So another thing as well is to stay away from debt, where you try to cover any debt that you have. So instead of increasing your expenses and your expenditures, try to ensure that your income bracket is increasing, so that you can be able to save some more and invest some more, so that the future for you and your family, it can look brighter and brighter, rather than squandering that money now trying to gallivant and show off and prove points and so forth, or trying to get things that's not needed, things that are not priority. You can put those one side and ensure that you live and stick within your actual means or below your means. And so one way to do this is to develop a budgeting lifestyle. And so for me personally, what I normally do is I normally forecast what it is that all my expenses for each month will be. So if I know that I have 11 expenses that are priorities, these are musts which I will have to cover each month, I already know that every single month prior to that next month, I jot down what those are. So those expenses, I know that it comes up to a specific amount. So I know that this is the overall amount that I will have to ensure that this comes out, right? With tithes at the top. When everything comes out, I am now able to see what do I have left back for me to use as spending money, for me to use as investment money, for me to use as emergency money, and so that's a very important way to look at budgeting your life. See what it is that if you have just 100,000 left back for you to use for just your spending money for yourself. See if it is that you want to use that 100,000 for something that will be long lasting, and not just something that is just temporary in the moment, and when you check it out down the line, it doesn't serve any purpose. So you have to ensure that you look at also budgeting your life. If you can even get something and you can get it, that's good, but you have to look and see if you can't get it twice, then don't get it any at all, right? So try to develop that budgeting mindset and live below your means. Even if you can afford something, operate as if you can't. Of course, sometimes you want to treat yourself to something, and you have some of those little months where a cheap month where you say, alright, cool, you have a little extra money here that comes in as a bonus, and so you can actually help yourself and do a little thing. But never make it a habit to utilize those extra funds, because you're getting more now, you're gonna be spending more. Never you take on that habit. And so the next thing is to surround yourself with those who are wealthy. The wealthy mindset thinkers, the persons who know more of what you want to achieve, who knows or operates within that area that you have such a passion for, you want to venture into. Get to understand what did they do to get there. Read more books, listen more podcasts and things that can develop that person that you want to be, aspire to be, that goal that you want to accomplish. Find ways, strategies and techniques and different avenues to expand your knowledge. Your knowledge is going to help you in executing that in which you need to accomplish that goal. And so once you get those persons in your circle who knows more about you, has already accomplished it, you can be able to take notes and you can make those different daily moves, small daily moves to get to where you want to be. And once you develop this, trust me, you are always going to accomplish, you're always going to be successful. But when you always approach life from being and sticking around those who have that poverty mindset, those who have that wasteful mindset, those who they have that being content and complacent mindset, then that's where you're gonna now stick where you are and you won't find yourself evolving and having yourself getting to the other level that you need to get to. And so once it is that you are around these people, the next thing you can do is you can then develop a way how you can be able to help others. So you might see a young man or a young lady, a friend, a family, somebody doing a little business or something, and you have the knowledge that you can be able to, bestow upon them. That knowledge you have acquired, you can help them, by suggesting this or that, or being of help wherever you can contribute, whether financially or whether through suggestions or guiding them to someone. Help them or support them, and that way you are able to be of such guidance and impact to society. And lastly, you can also become a mentor by giving back as well. So whatever you have learned, you open up yourself, you take on something new, and you're now learning and grasping, and you're now able to disseminate this information to someone else. So you're mentoring someone, you're helping to nurture them, you're coaching them, you're seeing where your knowledge that you have acquired, you're now able to give that to someone else so that their lives can be also impacted in such a positive way that your life has been. I hope that you found it as useful and you can develop and incorporate these habits in your life so you can be very wealthy, because your health is your wealth, and wealth here is not just financial but a holistic wealth approach with your mindset, with your goals, with your family, with your friends, with just overall life. So ensure that you take note of these, develop these strategies to better your life as you proceed from day to day in this world, in this time, in 2023 and going forward. So it's your boy Jovi Royal. See you next time. Thank you for coming over. If you have not hit the subscribe button, do just that. See you on the next episode.